Welcome. It's Taven, and I gotta make some more 2 cents about this God of War Laufay thing. I've seen every argument about this game. I have seen those who say it's gonna be woke because Laufay is in this game and there's no Kratos, or because you're playing as a woman. I have seen people try to justify the no Kratos in this new God of War game by calling it a spin-off or something like that. I have even seen people brutally ridicule this game to where they sound like a bunch of sexist so-and-sos. And I've also seen people like me. People who say this game is not woke but a PR disaster because there's no Kratos in this game, and the fact that how do I put this? You put the character through the ugly filter, and basically what I mean by you putting the character through the ugly filter is that you have a female character who looks nothing like the model she's based off of. It's kind of like how you can tell who made this game. It was either the West or the East. Because, for example, Stellar Blade, the main character, Eve, looks exactly like the person she's modeled after. Or Resident Evil, Grace looks exactly like the character she's based off of. And there are several others that also look exactly like they're based off of, only when it comes to games that are made in like Japan, South Korea, or China. They don't do that. Put these characters through ugly filters. So I've listened to who has said the same argument the most, and thank God the people who have been saying the same argument the most has been people like me, where we say it's not about the fact that you're playing as a woman. It's not about, we don't think this game is woke either. We just think that you shouldn't call it God of War if there's no Kratos. And why does this character have to go through the so-called ugly filter? And I've said several times, the way you can save this game is by taking off the ugly filter and getting rid of God of War in the title. Just call it Laufay. That's it. You can call it even Laufay. A giant's journey, or after death, or Laufay after death, whatever, or just plain Laufay. And the trailer itself would speak for itself, because it looked good. Believe me when I say this, the trailer itself does look good. But what's wrong here is that, like I said, you made the character all bony-faced ugly, when in Ragnarok she looks very good. She looks beautiful. Same thing for Freyr in Ragnarok. She looks terrible compared to the Norse God of War game, the first Norse God of War game, where you see her and she's actually quite beautiful. It just doesn't make any sense as to why they do this. Like, if you're gonna give us a spin-off with no Kratos, don't call it God of War, just call it Laufay. Like, even if you gave us a game where we're just playing as Atreus, you can call that game probably low-key. The son of God of War, something like that. Because, like most people have said, not many people want to play a game without Kratos, because we've fallen in love with that guy. We enjoyed his brutality. We enjoyed his journeys. Like, for example, his journey to grow, his journey to change. Most people say that, his story is over with. When I disagree, because there's still so much you can tell when it comes to the story of Kratos. Like, for example, you can tell us the story of his success to changing. Tell us the story of him becoming, instead of changing from the God of War to becoming the God of Hope, or leading people to greatness, like the path or that prophecy board once said at the end of Ragnarok that Kratos sees. You could give us a story that can about that when it comes to Kratos, of how he has truly changed, how he has defied his nature successfully. I mean, like I said, there's still so much we could talk about. Or you can have, Kratos going back to Greece and helping fix what he has broken, paving the way for Christianity. But don't say most of us hate this new God of War that's coming out soon because it's a woman. Don't say we hate it because we're sexist. Don't say that. At least acknowledge our argument where most of us are saying we don't like it because there's no Kratos in it and the character has been uglified. That's all I gotta say. Thank you.